Hello Ramen Nation, Chris Cobain here, and it is time now for week 2 of the NPA. Last week I took on my good friend Agathis. We were able to walk away with a solid, actually, 5-0. I think I lost Doug Trio, with Scizor doing the most of the work. So, before we get into this one, a couple things just like before. Mostly not sick anymore. But I may cough here and there, slightly, and I may sniff here and there. Not a big deal this time, so thank you guys for sticking through me with that. 2, I'm way more prepared this week. Last week, man, I was not. I'm not gonna lie to you, last week's Team Builder was a dumpster fire. I didn't know most of my spreads, actually. I knew the spreads, but I was so out of it, I guess because I was sick and I was rushing the video and I forgot what a lot of the spreads were for. So a lot of people watching, I was like, well, this guy's retarded. Yeah, it was pretty bad last week. But this time, I actually have my EV spreads over here, which I didn't have last week. I had to open it mid-recording. It was bad. But I got everything. I'm ready to go. We're good. So, this week, the Braviaries are striving for a 2-0 record. Last season, I think we ended up going, I think we were 4-0 or 5-0 before we lost the first match. Or actually, we lost our only match of the regular season, so we're still pushing to try to make that better this season. And we got a very, very, very tough match this week against PokeMEN and the New Orleans Pelippers. So just like last week, I will leave links to his information, YouTube, Twitch. I think he has. I don't know if he has a Twitch. And Twitter, all below, all normal, just like before. So as per usual, we're gonna do We're going to go ahead and check out his team first. Let me go ahead and open the PC and not show one of my Pokemon. We're good. And go through his team as per usual. So starting off with a bang with who very well might be the single greatest Pokemon in a draft league format. It's definitely not like guaranteed, but he's one of them for sure. Victini. As you guys know, I hate that thing. I always hate that thing. I hate it. But in Draft League, Victini is ridiculous. He's ridiculous in general, but when you have that list of 11 Pokemon, it's ridiculous. 100 base across the board, we all know that. V-Create, 180 base power. Insanely strong. He gets Bolt Strike, Zen Headbutt, he gets U-Turn, I think he gets Brick Break. He gets Blue Flare, he gets Glaciate as an Ice type attack, Thunderbolt and Thunder, Energy Ball. This guy, like, and that's just, like, literally all that's just the tip of the iceberg. 100 across the board makes him way bulkier than he deserves to be. He hits like a monster on both sides, especially when his ass hits V-Create, and my main Pokemon is quad weak to fire. Not a big deal. If he doesn't bring this, I will bow to Doug Trio. So I will just bow. We'll just bow to him. Because if he doesn't bring it, he's that scared of Doug Trio, which would be the greatest thing to ever happen to me. Probably. But he's going to bring it, so it's not a big deal. Next up, we got Nicholas. Not nearly on level as Victini, but another Psychic type. And a good one at that. Nicholas can be either Regenerator or more likely Magic Guard. Obviously, really, really good ability. Makes you immune to hazard status, that kind of stuff. Very, very good Calm Minding set. Can be a Trick Room setter, which his team is not the greatest Trick Room team, but it's got potential there with S-Cavalier and Sandslash, both very slow and could be very useful in a Trick Room team. I highly doubt he brings that, especially seeing his key this week is 100% going to be Victini. But it's there. Psyshock and Psychic, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball covers pretty much everything across the board for him. So, very, very good mon. Definitely something he could bring. Decidueye, to counter my Primarina. Grass and Ghost, obviously. It gets Sinister Arrow Ray, Hanzo's ult, aka, as his Z move. Leaf Blade, Spirit Shackle traps you, very good attack. Gets Brave Bird, he gets Roost, he gets the Fog. Very, very bulky on the special side, can be a very good wall. Especially one that like traps things that can't really, I keep doing the bow thing, traps things that can't really hurt him and then just wins 1v1. Good bond. The aforementioned S-Cavalier could be working with that Trick Room. That actually could be kind of scary aside from the fact that I have Scizor. So that's exactly why I don't think he brings it. But But Escavalier is a very, very good mon. Very slow, but very bulky and very, very offensive. Large attack. Max, stop drinking your water. Megahorn, Iron Head. I think he gets knockoff. He gets Swords Dance. He's a good mon in general. Definitely something that could be brought. Passimian, another Gen 7 mon. Not one I expect this week. Passimian's kind of underwhelming, especially when it doesn't get Defiant right now, which sucks. But it's a decent mon. 80 base speed. It's got pretty solid attack. It gets close combat. It gets the elemental punches, I think. I don't know a ton about him because I haven't run him, even though he was in my original Sun and Moon playthrough, but ignore that. But he's a good mon in general. Sandslash, one of his two real potential stealth rockers, on the only one I think that he would run it on. Sandslash is a good mod. It's a rapid spinner. It is a stealth rocker, earthquake, knockoff, X scissor, stone edge. Gets a good variety of moves. I don't know how much I expect Sandslash this week. It is his best rocker, and without it, he probably doesn't have hazards, which is weird. But my team, aside from Thunderous, doesn't really care about rocks. In general, just the entire 11, only him and Magmortar, I believe, are weak. The only one's weak to it. Could be wrong about that, actually, but I don't think I am. So we'll see. If he brings it, it'll pretty much just be a rocker, and that's it. So I don't know if he wastes one of his, or uses one of his slots on that. Tapu Fini, another very good mod. Obviously gets Misty Terrain, so I can't hazard status thing, excuse me. My team is not very based off status in general, so there's that. But it's Water Fairy, it gets Hydro Pump Scald, it gets Moonblast, it gets Ice Beam, it gets Taunt, it gets Calm Mind. So it does a lot of good stuff. Very, very bulky defensively. The one thing about it is that it is setup fodder unless it's Hidden Power Fire for Scizor, which is possible. Hidden Power Fire is something he might run. But it's a good mod. Very, very potential for him to bring it. We've got Raikou. Raikou, another one of those really good mods. 115 base speed is insane. Very good Specs user. Very good Assault Vest user. Very good Calm Mind, Calm Mind user. He could be Scarfed, actually, if he's trying to be a little tricky. It would allow him to outspeed Dugtrio. That'd be kind of interesting, actually. Something that's definitely possible. The one thing about him is that if he's not Scarfed, he is Dugtrio fodder. And if he is Scarfed and he clicks Electric, then he's Dugtrio fodder anyway. Even worse so, because I could be running a sub Home Claw set and he'd be hella screwed. So that's a risk. Scarf is a risk. But it's a very good mod. Definitely could be bringing it. Tyrantrum, his other potential rocker. Tyrantrum, base 70 speed, a lot of attack, Rockhead, and Strong Jaw, both very good. Rockhead Head Smash hits like a truck. It gets Dragon Dance. It gets Stone Edge, Outrage, Dragon Claw. It gets, I think, all of the Fangs. I think. Ice, Thunder, and Fire. It gets Crunch, which all works off a Strong Jaw, so that's definitely a thing. And then we ran off the team with Quillfish. Quillfish is not something I expect, but it is a pretty good mod. It's fairly bulky. It has Intimidate as the ability to set up, I believe, both Spikes and Toxic Spikes. It can Scald Spam. It learns some stuff. The one thing about it is it's kind of Doug fodder. Maybe he could be bulky. I didn't actually calc. I'll calc later. He might be bulky enough to take like a straight Earthquake. Probably, actually, considering he's decently bulky. If after Intimidate, he definitely would. But he's got potential there, but just because of the fact that he would pretty much, you know, it would just be Dougie fodder. I don't really expect it. But we'll see. You know, I was thrown for a loop last week without Volcanion, so who knows? I'm up in the air here. Maybe he doesn't even bring Victini. Maybe he brings nothing weak to ground because he's that scared of me. Man, that'd be cool. But I doubt it. Anyway, let's go ahead and look into my team. And we're starting off the same way we started off last week. That is with Scizor, one of the two Pokemon we have nicknamed. You're going to notice only two Pokemon on this team are nicknamed. This is a pretty hectic week. I didn't mention it at the beginning, but my assistant coach, Reiki, has been having very big computer issues. His computer is rest in peace right now. So this team was kind of hastily thrown together by both of us, and we actually haven't even tested it. So awkward week, but we didn't really have any opportunity to try to nickname things. But anyway, leading off with Scizor here, he's going to be Adamant. With the Scizorite, obviously he's running Bullet Punch, Swords Dance, Roost, and Bug Bite. I don't feel like we need the U-turn. momentum this week, only because Scizor is such a phenomenal threat to him. If we can remove Victini from play, or put it in bullet punch range, chip Raikou to a degree, and if he brings Quillfish, remove it. We pretty much win with just Scizor by himself. The only real thing outside of Victini itself and a max health Raikou that could really stop me would be a Tapu Fini if it was Hidden Power Fire. If it's not Hidden Power Fire, it's not going to do much to me at all. EV spread is very, very simple, as are most of them this week. We're running 252 HP, 252 attack, the 4 special defense with the Adamant Nature. He's built to just set up Swords Dance and Sweep. He can set up very easily on Reuniclus, Decidueye, Escavalier, Passimian, Sandslash, and maybe Tyrantrum depending on the set. A Banded Head Smash would probably hurt, but otherwise we could set up on him. So he's got a lot of potential if we can remove Victini from play. He's our main sweeper this week. Number 2, and the top 3 is probably going to be the same almost every week, I'd imagine. But number 2 is obviously your boy Zygarde, still a nickname for him. This one's pretty simplistic. He's going to be running Jolly with the Aura Break ability, obviously, and the Yachi Berry. He's running max attack, max speed with that Jolly nature. And he's running 1000 Arrows, Dragon Dance, Extreme Speed, and Crunch. This thing can just straight sweep. The point of Yachi Berry is a Victini bait. If Victini's running Glaciate, which is very likely he is doing because of Zygarde, otherwise he can't beat him, we are able to take one Glaciate very poorly and kill him back with 1000 Arrows. Or if no, a Glaciate lowers your speed, doesn't it? Never mind, I was going to say Dragon Dance, but I'm lying. Pretty simple set here. If Victini gets chipped to a degree, then or if it's not scarfed, then we're able to set up Dragon Dance and sweep. Crunch is for Reuniclus and Decidueye more so because it resists 1000 Arrows. Pretty much 1000 Arrows wrecks everything else. So, and Extreme Speed's obviously there just in case. Pretty good. If we can get this thing to, if it's forced, hopefully we're not forced to run the have the Yachi Berry save him, but if it does, it does. It's there for that particular reason. We didn't really feel like he needed recovery in this match, because like I said, if it's non-Scarf Victini and we get up a single Dragon Dance, I pretty much win. In general, I don't think Noivern can take a +1. Again, not something I calced, but the only thing that would really threaten him after +1 would be Fini, who we would have to chip, obviously. And like I said, the top 3 are always pretty much going to be the same, I'd imagine. Chris, you didn't put on I'm putting on the Z move. Can I put that on right now? We're putting on the Z move right now. Mid-match audible. Before I forget. I almost forgot last week. It was pretty bad. Where is it at? Fight him. Right here. Bam. Give him. Bam. Done. K. Okay, cool. Saved. Alright. Now we'll look at Thundurus. I swear to Lord, I told myself 1,000 times to do that. And I forgot. I'm bad. Anyway, okay. We're good. Saved. Thundurus this week. Timid, Volt Absorb, Fightium Z. Pretty basic. He's running max special attack, max speed with the Timid nature for special defense. That way he's faster than Victini. Pretty simple. Thunderbolt, Agility, Hidden Power, Ice, and Focus Blast with the Fightium Z. There's nothing really to be said about this. If I chip Raikou slightly, and I'm slightly because unless he's Assault Vest, all out pummeling will do a ton. If we chip him slightly, we destroy him, more or less. Thunderbolt destroys Victini. It does a lot to Reuniclus. Hidden Power Ice is for Decidueye. Escavalier, Passimian, Hidden Power Ice is for Sandslash. Tapu Fini, obviously not a threat. Tyrantrum is the main focus of the Fightium Z, other than Raikou, as he can take a Hidden Power Ice, and we don't really have to risk the Focus Blast Mist. We don't really need Life Orb here. That's pretty much the thing. We don't need to risk the Focus Blast Mist, and the Life Orb isn't really necessary, as the most bulky things on his team really aren't able to fight me in general, especially if they're chipped and I get rocks up for Victini. Pretty simple. Set up a chip Raikou, set up agility, win. More or less. Pretty simple. So this, so now we jump into the fourth pick. This is where things will change because we could either be running Empoleon or maybe we're not. And this week, actually, we're not running Empoleon, which will make us not have any hazard control. But as I said, I do not expect Quillfish, and I have a hard time seeing him bring Sandslash just so it could be rocks when it could be such a foddery mon. But our fourth mon is the other mon with a nickname. It's a Trap, the Dugtrio. Dugtrio is the main Pokemon on the team as it traps Victini. That is the entire point. It is Jolly, Arena Trap, and Focus Sash. It is running max attack, 220 speed, the one specific spread we've got, so it's faster than Raikou, obviously. The rest, I believe 36, is thrown into special defense just for the sake of having it. He's got Earthquake, Sucker Punch, Memento, and Pursuit. So Earthquake, in general, is pretty obvious. It hits Victini. It hits Raikou, it hits Tyrantrum, and it's Quillfish, etc., etc. Sucker Punch is mainly going to be for both Renicholas and Decidueye, or a potential Scarf Victini if it's kind of chipped. Pretty clearly. And Pursuit is actually for U-Turn Victini. If he's running Scarf U-Turn Victini, which is very possible, he would be able to U-Turn out and switch out, but then Pursuit would kick in anyway. I don't believe Pursuit kills from max HP if Victini has it, but it would do a lot. It would reveal a Scarf, and it would put him in range to be destroyed by everything else on my team, more or less. So there's that. He's the main Pokemon. If PokeMEN decides not to run Scarf Victini, this thing's trashed. If he does run Scarf Victini, we bait a single V-Crate kill. We allow V-Crate to kill something more or less, something that is either not needed at the time or is super chipped or something like that, whatever. We give him to V-Crate. He's slower than me because V-Crate lower speed. Boom, moving on. An Earthquake does not quite one-tap, to be honest. I believe it does somewhere around 95. I think it has a slight chance to kill, but it does enough to, in any case, an Earthquake puts him in range for Bullet Punch, which makes Victini irrelevant in general. So again, Dugtrio is huge. It also traps Raikou faster than him, unless it's a Scarf Raikou, like I said, is possible, but it's hella risky. It also traps and kills Tyrantrum and stuff such as that. So, right. Moving on. First Pokemon of the week that is a new one we did not run last week. It is the one Pokemon making its official debut. Otherwise, our team is all the same stuff. It is going to be our other water type, Primarina. Of course, it's shiny because it has to be. Primarina this week, as its debut on the Braviaries, pretty simplistic set, is going to be 252 defense and 252 HP, bold max defense. That allows it to fight off V-Create. Now, again, Victini can run Thunder and Thunderbolt. It can run Bolt Strike. Those are things that Primarina does not want to take. But if it is a choice set, we are able to take the V-Creates fairly well. It is running Leftovers, and it is a Scald, Moonblast, Rest Talk set for the explicit purpose of being able to ensure that Victini is kept in check to a degree, especially the Scarf set. If it's not the Scarf set, it's not that big a deal, honestly, because it's not faster than Doug and it's not faster than Thundurus, which is a big deal. Again, the main thing about this thing is to just keep Victini in check. It also keeps Passimian in check as well. It can also fight off Noivern as well, despite the fact that it is going to it is physically defensive. And it wins 1v1 with Tapu Fini because Tapu Fini can't heal and Primarina can. Pretty simple. It also beats Sandslash. Who cares? Done. Moving on. Cool. And the final Pokemon this week is, again, a repeat from last week. A lot different than last week's, but it is a repeat. It is going to be our second Focus Sash Pokemon. It is going to be Azelf. Actually, this thing's supposed to be named something around something to do with Azelfie, I think. We haven't confirmed that, so it's fine. Azelf is a lead set this week. It's going to be Timid, 252 special attack, 252 speed, and 4 special defense. It is running Focus Sash so that it can be a lead. It is a anti-lead as well. It is running Psychic, Stealth Rock, Taunt, and Flamethrower. This thing is completely walled by Victini, but Victini is not something that this thing is meant to fight. Our entire team is not focused around that, so good. Psychic is just for general damage, and, you know, obviously, I think the only thing on his team is weak to it is actually Squillfish and Passimian. Flamethrower is for Decidueye more so than anything else. It's also, hits Escavalier. Pretty simple there. He's faster than the entire team, aside from Raikou, who you speed tied with, and of course, Scarfers such as Victini or a possible Scarf Passimian. Also, oh, excuse me, it's not faster than Noivern either. But this thing is more or less just meant to be a hazard setter. It is an anti-lead, so if he does lead off with like Victini, I know I can take a single hit instead of rocks. If he does lead with Sand Slash, I could taunt him. Same thing with Qwilfish. If he brings that and decides to lead it, I can taunt him. And then Stealth Rock as he switches out. And obviously, rocks are a huge deal. After a single layer of rocks, Victini is a guaranteed kill from Earthquake and might die from a Sucker Punch. A Sucker Punch nerf, ladies and gentlemen, is a big problem. And also it hurts Noivern, the only two things on his entire team weak to rocks. Though he only has 2 resistances? Yeah, 2 resistances to rock. And that's Passimian and Sand Slash, not things I'm really worried about in general. So, rocks will be huge. And Azelf can put in work. Azelf was the only thing other than Scizor to get a kill last week. So, not really built to pick up a bunch of kills this week, but maybe it does it. Maybe it picks up a couple. We'll see. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, pretty simple. The plan this week is also pretty simple. It is, first and foremost, sweep with Scizor. That is the point. We are built to chip the things that stop Scizor, mostly Victini, and somewhat Raikou, and potentially a Hidden Power Fire version of Tapu Fini and Qwilfish as well. And then we just go off. If we're able to trap Victini and kill it with Dugtrio, if we're able to utilize Azelf or Zygarde or whoever to chip Thunder, or not Thundurus, wow, chip Raikou at all, and whatever, remove Qwilfish, who cares? We are easily able to dominate with Scizor. Seriously, he just absolutely buries this guy's team outside of Victini itself. So, if all goes well, and if all goes as planned, the plan would be that Dugtrio gets the kill on Victini. Maybe Thundurus hits a all-out pummeling on Raikou, potentially. Is obviously immune to electric, so can do that. And hits hella chip damage there. And then we set up and win. That's the plan. If he doesn't bring Qwilfish, he's got nothing to, he's got nothing for me. So, we'll see what happens. We will 100% see what happens. It is very possible he brings Qwilfish for the for the specific purpose of just fighting Scizor. It's possible. It could happen. You never know. Weird things have happened. Thank you guys for watching the video today. I appreciate it. Just like last week, the actual battle will be coming out tomorrow, Saturday, whatever it is, February 25th. Make sure you watch it. Should be a good match. The Braviaries are going for a 2-0 record, and Scizor is trying to be the MVP of the league. If, like I said, if all goes well, he'll end. If it goes the way I would like it to go, Scizor will be 10-0 kill-death ratio to start the season. That'd be incredible. That'd be a perfect scenario, but maybe. We'll see what happens. Again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope to see you guys watching the actual battle itself tomorrow. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys for the actual Week 2 battle. This video was much better than last week's. See you, Ramen Nation. Check you out in Week 2. Peace.